You reached Tuck Notes Beginner Stock Talk. This is part 2 of the Composite Man, or the part 2 of the Wyckoff 101, the Composite Man, or the Composite Operator. I just read literally the entire thing and then the screen shut down, so I'm kind of bummed on that, but it's okay. I'll know it better this way. So previously on my Instagram and on my YouTube, I discussed about Richard Wyckoff's background. Sorry. And on that, we learned about who he is and kind of what he does. Now I'm going to go into what the composite operator is. So I was going to start the discussion of accumulation for part 2 of this series, but in truth, it's really important to understand the role of the composite operator, CO, in Wyckoff mythology. The reason being is that the CO, or the composite operator, is behind all of these markups and markdowns, according to Wyckoff anyway. Once we look at the role of the composite operator, the movements of accumulation and distribution will make more sense from a Wyckoff-ian perspective. Now, this is something that Wyckoff said. All the fluctuations in the market and in all the various stocks should be studied as if they were the result of one man's operation. Let us call him the Composite Man, who in theory sits behind the scenes and manipulates the stocks to your disadvantage if you do not understand the game as he plays it, and to your great profit if you do. As we know, one of Wyckoff's ideologies was to reveal the reasons behind stock price movement, right? I mean, I wanted to know that, and now I'm figuring it out. We're all figuring it out. It was during his inquisition into this that he realized or revealed a group of a better informed, more highly skilled investors and traders. These titans of trading have the ability to shape the stock market and completely control the price. Their market is their show. We're simply the ones playing along in their tune. These are the composite operators. Boom. Not the microphone drop, almost though. In truth, the composite operator is useful fiction. I enjoy the simplified theories. The theory it provides narrative backing to the footprints we look to identify on charts. The composite operator is the story of the collective activities of a number of professional operations occurring at the same time. I see it. Wyckoffans tell their story in their actions and moves as though they are the one giant operator. As someone who follows Wyckoff mythology, it is my role to determine the actions of the composite operator through their activity on the charts. Wyckoff used to read tape in order to understand and reveal the motives of his huge trading operations. I think tape is like coding, basically. Wyckoff could see the footprints in his charts. For the sake of modernity, the stock market operations of these traders had common characteristics after cycle after cycle. The immense scale of the operation allowed the composite operator to arrive early in the accumulation phase for a stock and a stealthy buy shares. The composite operator does not want to be discovered. Because before they deemed it time to reveal their intentions. The aim at the beginning of accumulation is to gather as many stocks as possible for the lowest price. It's important right here. The aim at the beginning of the accumulation is to gather as many stocks as possible for the lowest price. They then need to balance that act by keeping price suppressed, keeping it down. They don't want to force the price up themselves. Such accumulations, wow, this is so crazy. Such accumulation operations can take months, what we're going through right now at Tesla. Huge amounts of capital and money are skillfully and quietly deployed at the bottoms. Wyckoff, in his words, concluded that such operations conducted on a large scale would result in the chosen stock rally dynamically after the accumulation phase. These targeted stocks would move further, faster, longer than any other stock. These were the stocks worth owning. We also see the flip side in the distribution structure, where the composite operator is operating to sell stocks at the highest possible price. Right now with Tesla, before commencing a markdown process. During this process of the composite operator in the distributing stocks at the top price points and trying to maintain price before revealing their intentions and letting the markdown occur. God, this is so important. Oh my God. It's a war zone out there. Super traders are battling with other super traders for the most desirable stocks, and those that the composite operators have finished with. Secrecy in the conducting of a campaign is critical. The activities of these large competing super traders would be the focus of Wyckoff's analysis. Through years of research, he began to see their operations in the charts. Their actions could be completed with Sam Fisher stealthily. I don't know who that is. But their footprints were seen all over the charts. That's what I was talking about with the weird, shaped graphs that we've seen. But with their footprints all over the charts. They could not hide from the Wyckoffian analyst, who could see this evidence in two key areas: price and volume. I mentioned in the first part of this series that as a Wyckoffian analyst, they are the only pieces of information I require for my charts. Composite operators demonstrate skills and abilities in their campaigns that are not evident in most traders. As I mentioned in the opening to this part, they also have the capital to shape the market, right? Wyckoff was determined to become like them in thought and action, and he did. If you can't beat them, why not join them? The birth of the Wyckoffian method stemmed from this motivation and understanding what the big boys are doing and following their path by repeatedly telling the story of the composite operator on the charts. It is possible to begin to think and act in unison. When you break it all down, what Wyckoff says is this in the following: the composite operator is accumulating and distributing stock. I want to analyze their footprints so that I'm taking the same trades that they are. If the stock is being accumulated, I want to be buying. If the stock's being distributed, I want to be selling. By understanding this and the analyzing footprints on the charts, on the graphs, I can begin shaping my trades and positions to ensure I'm in a position as in unison as with them, but with less money, obviously. Wyckoff advised retail investors to try to understand and play the market game as the composite operator played. He went on to say, it doesn't even matter if the market moves, quotes, are real or artificial. That is the result of actually buying and selling by the public and bona fide investors, or artificially buying and selling by large operators. In summary, the Composite Man operator carefully plans, executes, and concludes his campaigns. The Composite Man attracts the public to buy a stock in which he has already accumulated a sizable line of shares by making many transactions involving a large number of shares, and affecting adverse advertising his stock by creating the appearance of a broad market. So key. All right? Like, that's so key. One must study individual stock charts with the purpose of judging the behavior of the stock and the motives of the large operators who dominate it. That's like me with Tesla and Bitcoin and all that stuff. With the study and practice, one can acquire the ability to interpret the moves behind the action that the chart portrays. Wyckoff and his associates believed that if one could understand the market's behavior of the Composite Man, one could identify many trading and investment opportunities early on enough to profit from them. Badass. This should give you a solid background into the next part to this series, which will follow on quite quickly from this. Accumulation and distribution schematics are two areas that allow us to track the composite operators' footprints in charts and distinguish their intentions. You should have a pretty solid idea of who Wyckoff was and why he believed the role of the CO was so important in his thinking and methodology. We'll add to that knowledge in the next part by assessing ways we look for the composite operator footprint, getting into some live charts to see it all in action. So if you guys, this is Tuck Notes, Beginner Stock Talk on YouTube, also on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it was insightful. My throat is completely dry now. I can't wait to end this video. I love you guys. Thank you for your support by watching my videos and believing in, the things, or, just watching and being a part of Tuck Notes and wherever this goes. All right. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.